What's going on, my Jack brother? Coach Scott here. In today's video, we're going to talk about how to structure your workouts when you're short on time, but still want to maximize the benefits from each training session. This is in response to a great question I received on a recent video from Peanut Butter on My Guitar, who asked if he's short on time, would he be better off training 4 days per week and taking shorter rest between sets, or training 3 days per week and taking longer rest between sets? And what I really love about questions like this is it's all about fitting your training to your lifestyle rather than fitting your lifestyle to your training. Now, let's use a hypothetical here, an example to quantify things here. So let's say he's got 3 hours that he's able to dedicate to weight training throughout the week. Is he better off training for 60 minutes 3 times per week and taking longer rest between sets, or spreading that out over 4 workouts per week that are only 45 minutes in length and trying to get the same amount of work done in less time by reducing the rest periods between sets? So now, once again, it all comes down to what suits you and your lifestyle best. It's all about fitting the plan to your lifestyle rather than your lifestyle to the plan. So if training 3 days per week for 60 minutes suits your schedule best because it's one less day that you have to worry about juggling your schedule and fitting in your workout, that's a huge plus. But if you find that although you're only training 3 days per week, every training session, like that last 15 minutes, you're like stressed out, you're not focused, you're just thinking of, oh my God, I got all these things that need to get done today, you're rushing around afterwards, then maybe you're not going to be getting the best out of the training session. It may be better to spread those workouts across more days throughout the week and shorten the duration of those workouts. So gotta think to yourself, what's going to suit you best? And in either of these situations, I highly recommend that you rest for as long as you need to fully recover between sets. So in that 45-minute workout, I don't wanna see you shortening the rest period just to try to do the same number of sets that you would do in a 60-minute workout. This question came from a video where I mentioned that research has shown resting for 3 minutes per set is better for hypertrophy than resting for 1 minute between set. And I argue the same, I think, would be the case if you're simply trying to preserve muscle mass during a fat loss phase as well. So if you're trying to shorten the rest periods to do the same number of sets, those sets are going to be less effective than if you were to rest for longer durations of time. So you're doing more sets, but it's just more kind of mediocre sets, so you're not getting the most out of it. It's kind of like having a large to-do list and you try to do a little bit of everything without actually completing any of the tasks. So you'd be much better off just picking 3 of the very most important things from that list and freaking nailing it, executing it, checking it off, and actually getting stuff done. So let's use the push-pull leg split as an example here. For the 3 day per week, 60-minute training session, let's say the push workout, when you allow yourself to fully recover between sets, you're able to perform 3 chest exercises, 2 shoulder exercises, and 1 tricep exercise. Now, for the 45-minute training session, you're still going to allow yourself to fully recover between sets. That way, every single set that you perform is going to be highly effective. You're going to get the most out of that workout. Now, clearly, it means you're going to be performing fewer sets for that workout, so you're going to have to decide where you're going to cut back from that workout. So maybe instead of 3 chest exercises, you decide to do 2 chest exercises. Instead of 2 shoulder exercises, you decide to do 1 shoulder exercise, and you're gonna keep the 1 tricep exercise in there. Now you may be thinking to yourself, so there you go, I'm not going to be experiencing the same benefits. I'm doing less work when I'm training 4 days per week. But no, you're training 4 days per week, so you're actually going to be hitting that workout again in a few days later this week. So with the 3 days per week, you're hitting chest with 9 sets this week, you're hitting shoulders with 6 sets, and you're hitting triceps with 3 sets. When you're doing the 4 days per week, this particular week, you are hitting your chest with 12 sets, you're hitting your shoulder with 6 sets, like you would if you were 3 days per week, and you're actually hitting your triceps with 6 sets. So you're actually getting more tricep work in there. Now next week would be a little bit different because this week was push, pull, legs, push. Next week would be pull, legs, push, pull. The following week would be legs, push, pull, legs, and then repeat the cycle again. So it's really not following a calendar week. So it's not like you're doing 12 sets of chest every week. It's more like, well, 6 sets every 4 or 5 days, or 12 sets every like 8 or 9 days. So really not following a calendar week, which is the way I prefer to look at things. I don't like to follow a calendar week when it comes to designing a lot of my workout plans. Now here's the thing, if you are concerned about exercise selection and getting enough variety in your training in order to make sure that you are not leaving a single muscle fiber untouched, you can have 2 different sets of push-pull leg workouts when you're training 4 days per week. So let's say the first round can be focused on compound movements and strength. So you are resting longer between sets. You're going to be doing fewer exercises because you require more rest to perform between sets. Then the second round can be hypertrophy focused, a lot of isolation exercises where you may not require as much rest to recover. You may feel fully recovered after 60 seconds, maybe 90 seconds. So you're actually able to get more exercises in that workout than the compound movements there. You can have one push workout that is focused mostly on chest, and the second push workout is mostly focused on shoulders. Again, it's not like it's a different workout each week because you're training 4 days per week. It's just you're going to continue cycling through those workouts in order. For the legs, you could have like hamstring focus one workout, quadricep focus the next round of the leg training. Again, strength or hypertrophy. So for the pull workouts, you could do vertical and horizontal if you wanted to. There's just so many different options to ensure that you're getting the exercise variety in there and stimulating all the muscle fibers possible while following a single training split only 4 days per week and resting for as long as you need to fully recover between sets. Now, when you are pressed for time, it is in your best interest to focus on the exercises that are going to give you the most bang for your buck, which would be compound exercises. Now, I mentioned that in the example there, just one tricep exercise. So you may be thinking to yourself, well, that's only 3 sets for the triceps, but the triceps are involved in other pressing movements. So any kind of chest pressing or shoulder pressing, the triceps are going to be used as a secondary muscle group. So they are getting some significant stimulation from those exercises. And then the focused isolation tricep exercise is just like the icing on the cake that really makes sure that you're stimulating all the muscle fibers of the triceps there. So of course, like for the shoulders, lateral raises aren't going to stimulate the triceps, machine flies aren't going to stimulate the triceps, but it's the pressing movements that those are going to be involved. And the same with the shoulders, like a lot of the chest exercises, the shoulders are going to be involved as well. So you may find like on those chest focused workouts, where you're focusing on like the pressing movements, you're doing some compound pressing movements, you may just want to do lateral raises and not do a shoulder press exercise. But a chest workout where you're incorporating more flies, that would be a workout where you'd want to incorporate like a shoulder press in there. So really just trying to work within the structure to, again, make sure that you're making the most out of your time, getting the most bang for your buck from each exercise there. Now, another option when you're pressed for time is supersets, but again, this is an area where I think you got to be very careful with. It can work against you. Again, it can cause you to not get the most out of an exercise because you're not fully recovered. So I would say like the push-pull leg split is not optimal when it comes to supersetting, whether you're pairing like a chest exercise with a tricep exercise. The tricep is already going to be pre-exhausted, so you're not going to be able to lift the same amount of weight or do the same amount of reps had you been fully recovered for that exercise. Even if you're doing like a bench press and supersetting it with a machine fly, again, your pecs are already pre-exhausted, so you're gonna have to go lighter and not do as many repetitions. So when I'm doing supersets, I prefer to work with antagonistic muscle groups. So I'd maybe follow a split that would be like chest and back on one day, legs and shoulders another day, biceps and triceps another day. So if you do a bench press, you don't need much rest to recover before you go hit a pull-up. You do your pull-ups, you don't need much rest to recover before hitting the bench press again. So you can still get in, you're fully recovering with the chest, the bench press there, you're getting like close to that 3 minutes of rest, but you're also, during that 3 minutes of rest, able to get in some pull-ups in there. So you're able to do more work in less time. So just be cautious that, make sure that, are you doing the same amount of pull-ups as you would have been able to do if you were completely recovered? You weren't supersetting it with bench press. If that's the case, boom, supersets kick butt. But if you find that you aren't able to do as many pull-ups, then if you were just doing them on your own and fully recovering between sets, then you need to kind of modify your training there. Maybe allow a little bit more rest between the supersets, but then you got to ask yourself, is that workout just as time efficient by doing the supersets, or am I just better off just doing straight sets all around there? So that is the conundrum when it comes to supersetting. So I hope that helps those of you who are pressed for time when it comes to structuring your workouts in a way that allows you to get the absolute most out of them in a time efficient way and get on with life, living your life to the fullest. If you enjoyed today's video, please do me a favor and smash that thumbs up button. I'd really appreciate appreciate it. If you want to see more videos like this, be sure to subscribe to the channel. Hit that alert button so you're notified each time I upload a video. If you know a fellow bro who would benefit from watching today's video, please do me a favor and share it with them. More than anything, I'd love to hear from you down in the comment section below. Share your thoughts, share insights, share your feedback, and your personal experiences. And before you go, don't forget to download your free guide, Lose Fat, Get Jacked. Have yourself an amazing day. Catch you in the next video.